Hare Ram Krishna, Hare Ram Krishna, Hare Ram Krishna. Good morning, friends. Today we'll be talking about the results of Taitila Karana. So we are following all the Karanas in the series, and basically the effect of somebody who is born in this Karana we'll discuss today. Not only the effect of somebody born in this karna, but also if in a muhurta or in the transit in today's, let's say you plan some activity and this karna happens to happen, then what effects you can expect to get. And apart from this, we'll also answer some of the questions, that is, uh, basically at what point of time in your life you will acquire the skill, you will acquire the knowledge to achieve the purpose of your life, because everyone has got the purpose, but at what point of time you will acquire the skills to necessary things to basically achieve that objective. Then what kind of things basically mean the good success, omens for success, nimittas for success, and what kind of things are auspicious for you, how can you increase the chances of success in the activity that you are trying to do. So as we all know that karana is one of the five elements of panchanga represents the five limbs of time that define the five qualities of the time, and based on the various elements which are active at any point of time, we can determine what is the extent of result one can get. For example, if it is like what nakshatra is running in a muhurta will determine how many obstacles you will get while performing that activity. Okay, and the tithi which is active will represent how much wealth or how much resources you will generate out of that activity. Similarly, the karana which is active at that point of time will determine whether you will be successful or fail in that life. Now you will say that what is the difference in tithi and karana? So basically tithi will generate the wealth and resources, okay, but Karya Siddhi, whether it is successful or failure, that will be determined by. It may so happen that you generate the wealth out of it, or not every activity is meant to generate the wealth. In fact, only few, you can say like around 10% of the activities that you do generate wealth. Like rest 90%, they are related to whether you become successful in that or not. Okay, like if you're taking medicine and you are not generating any wealth out of it, but you want it to be successful. You are appearing for a competition, for exam. You want to be successful. You don't want any wealth out of it. Wealth is for trading, for your career, and all those kind of activities. You got the difference. Okay, so with karana, all those things, all the symbols which are associated with karna, you can will basically study over here, so that you can increase the chances of success, you can increase the chances of karya siddhi while doing it. Okay, then you will also understand in general, like how, whether you will be successful in your life or not. Like based on this you can determine what is your personality when it comes to working. Okay, especially for your career, how you behave in office, what is your style of working. So all those things you can basically understand from here. Okay, so so basically tithi is 112 degree look. So from moon and sun, if they are together, that is the amavasya day, and when they are 180-degree apart, it is purnima day. Okay, so every 12-degree difference in sun and moon, it creates one tithi, and when you divide one tithi into two halves, each half is one karana. Okay, so that way basically you say in a month there are 15, 15, 30 tithis, 15 in shukla paksha, 15 in krishna paksha, and in each tithi there are two karanas, so overall 60 karanas. Okay, but there are only 11 karanas, and they keep on repeating. Out of those 11 karanas, 4 are basically um, sthir karanas, okay, which are bad, and 7 4 11, yeah, 7 karanas, they are basically movable char karanas. Out of 7, one is the uh, rest, like all the char karanas, they are auspicious except one which is vishti karana. So we'll discuss in detail when that comes. So let's take a deep dive into Taitil Karana. So to study the effect of any Karana, one can basically understand the nature of, in fact, not only for Karana, for each and every topic in Jyotish. If you want to understand the core meaning of it, if you want to understand any meaning of nakshatra, okay, like there are 27 nakshatras. If you want to understand meaning of it, the deep hidden secrets of it, you have to go and study the devata associated with it. So the devata associated with Taitil Karna is Aryaman Aditya. And Aryaman Aditya is basically, if you want to understand the nature of Aryaman Aditya, there are basically 12 Adityas. They are the son of Aditi, and Surya in every Rashi denotes one particular form of Aditya, one Aditya out of the 12. Okay, so when Sun is there in Vrishabha Rashi, that represents the Aryaman Aditya. And the story which is associated with Aryaman Aditya is that earlier Sun used to have the full complete 16 rays. Okay, so whatever brightness Sun had, if you consider like solar 16, see in Hindi we call it sola ana. So basically all the 16 rays Sun had, which was the complete full Sun with extreme brightness, his wife Sangya, she was not able to bear that brightness, so she went away and she hid in the forest in the form of a horse. And when Sun found out, he went to his father. His father complained that because of the heat, because of too much brightness, she was unable to bear you. So to reacting to that, son Aryaman Aditya basically donated his 15 rays. Okay, so out of 16, only 1%, like out of Sola Ana, only 1 Ana was retained, and rest 15 was donated. And from those 15, all the weapons of Vishnu and Shiva and Skanda and Yama, they are formed. Like for Vishnu, Sudarshan Chakra was formed with those 15 brightness, and Shiva's Trishul was born with that. Yama's Dand was formed using those rays. So and after that, now since the brightness was down, so he basically went down, and he took the form of horse and mated with Sangya, and thus Ashwini Kumaras are born. So basically, with this story, you will understand what all qualities are there in the person with Taitil Karana. Okay, so first of all, they are very virtuous. Okay, now with this story, you will understand. See, he donated most of his treasure, most of his things, all his brightness for the world, for others. Okay, so that basically gives him a um, virtuous quality, and he's the achiever. Okay, so uh, the sense of achievement comes from that to basically fulfill his goal, he was ready to do anything. Okay, and he's truthful and honest, he's steady and fierce, he's adventurous and heroic. Okay, so he's ready to go to any extent to basically achieve his objective. Okay, and he's also very eloquent. So one should also look at the qualities of Venus over here, because when Sun is there in the Vrishabha Rashi, that represents the Aryaman Aditya. So some quality of Venus would also be there. So basically that makes him very eloquent. Okay, because eloquent is the quality of Venus, and also it is the second house. Vrishabh is the second house, so that makes him very eloquent. Okay, Venus is also a good strategist. So the negative qualities that you see in these people is basically they are lazy and unclean. Okay, that basically comes from that since Venus is the lord of second house, and Sun and Venus, they are mutually inimical to each other. So some bad qualities related to, because Sun will basically, Venus is very polished. Okay, Venus is very polished, very clean, very well groomed, but Sun's effect will make him the opposite of that. Okay, so that's why he becomes lazy and unclean during this time. The devata is Aryaman Aditya, and the posture. Okay, so we have posture of Karanas. So like the Karana can be the devata can be standing, he can be sitting, he can be sleeping. So when he's standing, that time the full result you can expect in this Karana. When he's sitting, then 50% result, and when he's sleeping, you can expect minimal result. So basically, this time the result is minimal. Okay, so if you do any activity over here, like do not expect like 100% result. It will be minimal during this time. Okay, the offering that you can make to Aryaman Aditya is some delicious food. Okay, some food which is very delicious, like which is very filled with ghee and all. So that basically you can offer to him to propitiate him. His weapon is a staff. Uh, you can also propitiate him with the Aryaman Aditya mantra like Om Grini Aryaman Aditya Namaha, Om Grini Aryaman Aditya Namaha, Om Grini Aryaman Aditya Namaha. So these are the ways you can enhance the chances of your success if you propitiate Aryaman Aditya. Like in the morning when you do oblations to sun, that time you can offer this mantra to propitiate him. You can offer him ghee and grapes. You can offer him delicious food, and with this mantra, so you can increase the chances of success in your life. Okay, because Karana is the Karisiddhi, is the success in your life. Okay. Now next look at what are the Vahanas. Okay, who is the mount of this Karana, Taitil Karana. Okay, so the primary mount is donkey and the secondary mount is sheep. And the kind of activities which are good during this time is the construction of public places like dam, pond, or things that are not for personal use, things of the use which is used by other people. So those things, if you do during this time, then they have higher chances of success. Okay. The Lord is Mercury. So what all things you can decipher from this? First of all, the Lord is Mercury, and so whenever in your Vimshotri Dasa the time of Mercury comes, that time you will acquire the skills which is required to fulfill the purpose of your life. Okay, so just watch out for the time during the Mercury, and whatever comes in your way, which is out of some randomness, out of some serendipity, whatever skill you are supposed to acquire during this time, you may not understand like why I'm studying this or why I'm even listening to this YouTube podcast, but whatever you acquire during that time, that will be useful in fulfilling the purpose of your life. Okay. Another way in which you can apply the knowledge of Mercury is that look for how Mercury is placed in your chart. So if Mercury is well placed, like if he is exalted in Kendra, in Kona, in the Lagna, so all those good combination basically would mean that you will in general be successful in the endeavors in your life. Okay. If it is badly placed, then also you have to then apply the karakatwas of the relevant houses. Like if it is there in the 12th house, then you can expect like you will be successful in 12th house related activity, like going to foreign land or related to your meditation, spirituality, donations. So all those kind of activity will basically make you successful. It is not that it is that only in Kendra and Kona it will mean success. But yes, if it is in Kendra and Kona, it will mean like your at your personal level you will achieve a lot. Okay, yeah, it will be something that you can get very easily. Okay, and during this time you see, now you have to apply the the story that we just now heard. Okay, that Aryaman Aditya, he donated almost everything that he had to be with his wife. Okay, so like 1 out of 15, 15 out of 16 things he donated for the other devatas. Okay, to make the weapons for others. So that basically means that activity that you do, it should be like one ana for yourself and like 15 ana for others. Okay, if you have that mentality in mind, then you will be successful. Okay, and who is the mount? Primary mount is donkey. Okay, donkey. uh, okay, so With donkey, what you can understand, that you keep on working hard, not for your personal stuff. You do not, like, donkey is not there to achieve anything for himself. He's like a he's like a part of huge caravan, and whatever things that he's transporting from one place to another, that will be used by somebody else. And typically, what used to happen during old time, nowadays we have cranes and all, but in the old time, whenever a pond used to be made, or any public dam or public any structure related to public activities made, that time lot of donkeys were employed, and they were basically meant to do these small chores related to transportations. Okay, so whatever activity they did, it was it was not meant for themselves. Okay, so that also do not show the public activities. Okay, then secondary mount is sheep. So sheep also, like, just like sun, he shaved off his 15 rays for others. The sheep also shaves off her um, her hairs for others. Okay, so any activity, if you do it self-centeredly during this time, you will not be successful. You will have to keep in mind that this is for the greater good, something which is beyond you. Okay, and how it can be made that good, then only you will be successful. Okay, now you will say that not everyone is involved in this kind of public activity, like construction of this. I am not a contractor who will do this activity. I am not a bureaucrat who is supposed to do this. So how can I apply this in my own life? So even if, like, let's suppose you are in the IT. Okay, or you can be like in a team. You can think of your own self, or you can think of the whole team. Well, if you think of only yourself and you are born with this karna, you will not achieve any success. As soon as you start giving to others, start uh, doing things which is beneficial for others, like keeping the entire team in the mind, keeping entire business unit in the mind, or entire company in the mind, thinking from the broad perspective, that time you'll start achieving success. Okay, so that way you can apply this not just for the public place, but something which is beyond you, beyond your ego. Okay, so what kind of weapons? Okay, so these are basically how you fight. So Venus is a great strategist. Okay, Venus is a Brahman, but he is also a great war strategist. He can basically make weapons out of nothing. Like, you see, these people will make use of any improvised weapons, like a staff is necessarily not a weapon. It's basically to walk clearly, like, with steadily, that kind of staff is used, but it can be used as a weapon. Okay, and other things which are not weapon actually, um, like a knife. Okay, knife could be a weapon. um, so what you can say, since Venus is involved here, Sun in the Vrishabha Rashi, that is basically Aryaman Aditya, and Venus is the lord of that Rashi. So that creativity comes from there, that out of box thinking. Okay, because something which is not meant for this, like, you can throw a cup at somebody, and that cup itself can act like a weapon. Okay, or you can creatively think of some way of utilizing whatever resources you have to basically generate a weapon. So when you have to attack a problem, when you have to attack somebody, you will be able to think out of box. Okay, you will have very creative thinking, creative juices going on whenever it comes to fighting others, and then you will become successful. Not with the standard weapons. That means, you see standard weapons like what, gun, or knife, or sword. So all those are predefined path. They are not creative. Okay, they require muscle power to basically run them, to operate them. But when it comes to Taitila Karana, you will have to apply your out of box thinking, your creative thinking, to fight the problem. Then the age associated with this Karana is Kumara. Okay, and the cloth is yellow. Any yellow cloth represents this, and the ornaments could be any copper metal related things or coral. Okay, so from all these things, what you can understand, you have to use, if at all any vessel, use copper. Okay, copper is very auspicious for you. Wear coral is the gem of Mars, so use coral also on your body. Yellow cloth is very auspicious for you. So if you are like going to some interview or going to crack some exam competition, then make sure that you have something related to copper on your body. Like you can get coral in the copper ring and wear it. Okay, you can wear yellow cloth or yellow like yellow shaded clothes. Kumara Avastha. So basically, from Kumara Avastha, you can say that if any business or any activity you perform related to Kumara, that is for young adults, and that you will basically be more successful. The chances of success will be very high in that area if your work is related to the young adults. Okay, like if you are writing a book for young adults, or if you are like having a play school for young adults, or whatever product or things that you offer to the market, if it is associated with those Kumara Avastha, then it will be you'll be more successful. Or in fact, you can do activities related to the copper vessel also, like copper metal also. You can also do activities related to corals also. That also will basically make sure that you are successful. Then the flower ketiki, the flower associated with is the ketiki. Okay, so you can keep ketiki flower or ketiki plant in your house or nearby. You can put the picture of ketiki also in your house. And anointment is mud. Okay, so you must have seen there are some people who go go to some temple, and then they even the mud over there, the normal earth over there, they will basically apply it on their head. Okay, uh, in movies you have seen there are people who basically apply the mud on their head. So basically for you also, if you are born in Taitila Karana, then if you go to some important places, then apply the mud on your head. Okay, like a tilak, like anointment you can apply on your head. It basically brings auspiciousness to your activities. Okay, the river is Ganga, so taking a dip in the Ganga is very good for you. So basically all these symbols, the flowers, the vahanas, the metals, the corals, all these things, if you surround yourself with, then basically you become successful in life. Okay, but apart from this, you have to also look at the position of Mercury in your chart, and whether you are performing the activities related to Mercury in the chart. Okay, and the main thing is that if you perform some task with egolessness, that is beyond your personal objectives, if you keep the objective of the team, of the organization in your mind, or even if you are like doing up some business, then keep the idea of public good in the mind. Like, do not do anything that goes against the public, something that with a big picture. If you do, okay, not just your organization but for the whole earth, then basically you will become successful. Okay, so I hope you like this video. Om Namo Narayana.